What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you here, do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. I'm gonna give you a couple seconds to do that. All right, a couple seconds gone. Now, my goal is to try to get to 500 subscribers. That's gonna be a milestone for me. I'm trying to get to 1,000, but if I get to 500 subscribers, I'm gonna do the Pocky one chip challenge. So if y'all want to see me do that, I really don't want to do it, but I said I was gonna do it. So if I get to 500, I'm gonna go ahead and do the one chip challenge. Now I'm doing a recap and review of the Bachelor Matt James season episode 6. All right, now this was a good episode, y'all. One of the best of the season, I think. Kind of. It was a lot going on, but anyway, let's get into it. The opening started off with everything left off. It's from last week, and I don't know about y'all, but this week seemed extra long. Like, it seemed like it took a long time to get here. But anyway, it started off basically with the girls talking, and they seem like they all for the drama. Like, they like, oh, MJ and Janisa or whatever like that. Who you think gonna go home, man? Just a whole back and forth and stuff like that. And then they get to MJ and Janice, and they going back and forth and stuff like that. And I don't know if y'all remember, but last week I said that MJ was gonna come out of this joint on top. I was wrong. She didn't come out on top, but it don't matter, you know what I'm saying? Because even if she did come out on top, it was no way that she was gonna be able to sustain that lie. It just wasn't gonna happen. But Janisa basically was telling Matt, some stuff about her, and to me it was like Janisa was digging a grave for MJ. But MJ, she came in there and she was talking to Matt, and it seemed like Matt was believing her. I didn't think she was gonna go home. But long story short, y'all know what happened. MJ went home, and that was that. And then Janisa came back in with the rose and everything like that. The girls ain't seem happy at all. It was like, oh, okay, well, you back, you here. But they ain't seem happy for her. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I noticed. And then Chris Harrison came in there and told him that it was no cocktail party. And Serena C, she ain't like this. She basically kind of spazzed on Katie or whatever. I can understand why she kind of spazzed out on Katie, but I think it was misplaced. That's my thoughts. If y'all think something different, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Since there was no cocktail party, the rose ceremony started. And when the rose ceremony started, you got Ryan. She super scared, and she basically crying and all that. And she didn't cry for a good reason, because she knew she was going home, and that's what happened. She knew it. She went home. She ain't get the right time. She was new. She ain't get the right time she needed. It was no way that she was gonna get kept. Matt James sent her home. Piper, she was going through it a little bit too. I don't understand. Like, I understand emotions high and all, but you can't help what's gonna happen. If it's gonna happen, then it's gonna happen. Anyway, Piper is crying for nothing. She get the rose and stuff like that. So and then basically after that, everybody else was kind of like safe except for Maggie and Brittany. Both of them went home. Now, when Maggie went home, I was trying to think like, why didn't, like, I was trying to just figure out why didn't Matt keep her for so long? Like, they barely showed her and stuff like that. But I finally, I finally understood why. I finally understood why Matt kept her around this whole time. Everybody else probably asking and stuff like that, like, damn, why is he keeping her around? And I finally know why. I ain't see it at first, but I peeped it when she was leaving. Yeah, everybody know that black is slimming. Like, it's like when you wear black, I don't know, like if the light hits it different, but when you wear it, it makes you look slim. If you got muscles, the muscles, tighter and all that stuff like that. That's just what black do to you. And you wearing and stuff like that. And she had on this black dress, and that junk was poking. Like, Maggie, man, I ain't know she had all that, but she was thick. So I know why he kept her around. I ain't know why at first, cause they ain't barely showed her. But when she was leaving, I was like, damn, she was, whoo, yeah. Anyway, Brittany, Brittany, I didn't see that much of her. She was gone. So I don't know about that really. I don't know anything. So that's all who left. And then you got the first date card. The first date card come, and Piper get the date, y'all. All that crying she did, now she ain't crying no more. Asked her how she feels. She said she felt happy, and this and this and this and that. And then this when Serena C just basically spazzed on Katie. Like, yeah, you causing, you know, all this trouble and stuff like that. I mean, that's after Piper got the date card and she found out why, and Serena C went up to talk to Katie and all that stuff like that, because it kind of went over kind of fast. But basically, Serena C basically came at Katie like she wanted to fight, and they was arguing. The girls downstairs sleeping, and you know what I'm saying, they wake up, they like, oh dang, they arguing, they go back and forth.
Situation that was happening yesterday, I feel like you didn't really understand what I meant. Basically, I am just super frustrated of time continuously being taken away by your antics. And the reason why I'm coming to you is because I don't think that you were truly here for Matt.
Okay, well, you don't know what Matt and I talk about, how we interact together. You were being very insecure last night, and the fact that you're still sitting here, I thought you were coming to apologize, to be honest.
And what I picked up from it is this. Serena C is basically mad at Katie because of the fact that she had told Matt James about everything that was going on in the house, and she basically caused this big stir up or whatever like that, and kind of like changed the whole dynamic of the house really. But my thing is this, like, you knew what was going on in the house. You ain't really, obviously she ain't had a problem with it because she was just skating by, but Katie was telling the truth. She ain't say nothing. Like, she ain't dropped no names. You know what I'm saying? She was just like, hey, there's some stuff going on in the house that I think you need to address, and it's not cool. So wherever Matt got his information from, it wasn't from Katie. She was just like, look, it's some little bit of bullying, little mean girl and stuff like that. The whole time, Serena C, you should be thankful because she got rid of, I think, like 4 girls just off the strength of what she was, just off the strength of what she came up to Matt and said. So you can't be too upset, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't really understood that. That's why I'm saying the anger is misplaced. So she just basically, I think she crying for time. She realized she ain't get no time, and that's all what she mad about. But besides that, that was it really. They just stopped fighting and it just went on to the next thing. And the next thing was Heather. Heather, she was from Cohen season or whatever like that. And she was driving up and she drove up to the little God shack and she was like, hey, can I talk to Chris or whatever like that? And the dude, security guy was like, this is a pandemic. She said something like that. And she was like, well, I really need to speak to him. So.
I have a lady named Heather at the front gate. She's looking to talk to Mr. Harris.
Chris came out and had to talk to Chris and whatever. She was basically saying that I don't know. She just went on a little tangent. Hannah Ann was saying that Matt James was a good dude and this and this and this and that, and when I don't know. Let me know if I'm off base here. I mean, because I know most of the females watch the show. I'm sure there's a lot of dudes that watch it too, but I'm thinking that because she said that her friend kind of like vouched for Matt and was saying that he was a good dude or whatever like that. So I want to know, if any females watching this, leave a comment under the comment section. Let me know if it's a difference when one of your female friends vouch for a dude saying that he a good guy and such like that. Try to basically be matchmaker. Does that carry it a long way since everybody know has the history? She ain't never been kissed before, such and such, stuff like that. And Matt, he is who he is. I don't know, but y'all let me know if that's the case here. And because I understand the sentiment, like your friend vouched for the dude, heard he was great, and you ain't want to let that go. You like, I ain't never talked to him. Well, obviously he knew who she was, so I'm sure they must have talked, but she probably thought she had time. But I understand the sentiment behind, the what ifs. You don't want the what ifs, and because the what ifs will kill you if you let it slowly. So you basically gotta let the what ifs go. And she basically went up there and she did her thing. I ain't mad at her. Piper and Matt, they went on a little date, a little carnival date. Now this journey seemed fun. If carnival dates are fun. I've been on 2 carnival dates and it was fun. So I say that was, yeah, it was fun. They play games and all this stuff like that, but they ain't really talk much, but they did a little kissing on the rides and stuff like that. And towards the night portion of it, you had Piper. She was talking to Matt about her parents and about how she felt. I mean, well, obviously she felt her parents loved her, but they was more showing it through action, and she needed like the vocal part of it. And I guess they don't check up on her as much and stuff like that. So I'm guessing her love language is words of affirmation, and she want to basically express it. And she basically expressed how she felt to Matt. She told him that she was falling in love with him, and I'm not sure if Matt said the same thing, but she told him that she was falling in love with him. And then, he gave her a rose, they kissed, and then they went out and this door, and then it was a band there. I don't know the band name, but they was cranking. They was jive cranking, I ain't gonna need lie. They sounded good. And they kissed and stuff like that. And I'm like, hold on, this is a moment here. It's few times when you feel the moments. Well, I don't know about y'all, but me in this show, sometimes it just be TV or whatever like that. I just be watching it, but it's sometimes when I look at the show and I be like, oh yeah, that's definitely a moment. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they got something going on there. Um, Back at the house, after that, it was a group date. A whole lot of girl names was called. I'm not about to get into it. It was just a lot of names. Katie it wind up coming to the wire between Serena C and Katie, and Serena C wound up getting her name called for the group date. Katie got the one-on-one date just by default. They went on a group date. They went bowling and everything like that, and it seemed fun. Like it was pink team, it was blue team, or whatever like that, because they had to go against each other. At first, they were just out on the date regular, but then but the food, yeah, the food looked the bomb. I ain't gonna even lie, y'all. That shit made me hungry. I was hungry for that. All right, but anyway, they went out and they bowled and stuff like that on two different teams, pink, blue, and and basically it came down to the wire between pink and blue. It was Michelle, and then it was Abigail and stuff like that. And Abigail, she choked, man. Michelle, she bowled, she got a couple pins. Abigail, she choked. There's no putting it past it when it came down to it. When it came down to it, Abigail, she ain't make it or whatever like that. Straight gutter ball. But the thing is, I felt bad for Abigail. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't too many. Like when these other girls when they cried and stuff like that, I be like, whatever. But for some reason, when Abigail when she was crying and stuff like that, it was I don't know. It just felt different to me, and yeah, it just felt different to me. Maybe because I think the other girls, well, some of the other girls, I ain't gonna say all, but it's a couple of other girls that I feel like they playing games. They don't really seem into it. But it's a couple of girls that it seemed like they are into it, and Abigail one of them. So I felt bad for her. And then it was the after party. Well, after party. Well, I'm saying after party. Basically, the nighttime of the group date. And after that, Michelle and Matt, they kissed, they talked, or whatever like that. And um, And then the girls at the house, they, talking and stuff like that. And Abigail she said some real stuff that I heard any one of the girls say. Like she said, I can't remember quite what she said, but it was something along the lines of, well, yeah, I remember the way it made me felt. I can't remember the words, but when she said it, it was basically like she was saying, like, look, if I don't have time with this guy, it's not gonna work because I'm not gonna be into it or something along those lines. So it's not gonna matter if she don't have time with him. But Chelsea, oh, I'm sorry. Then Chris Harrison come with the card, and then they all come back and stuff like that, and blah blah blah, and whatever. Nighttime group date. Chelsea went on a Chelsea freaking out. She basically, I don't know. It seemed like she's super confident in the job that she do and her profession and stuff like that. But when it comes to a guy that she likes, she real giddy. And this situation that she in right now has got her second guessing herself. And Chelsea is one of the females to me that I like. And, her basically, saying to Matt that she got her balls up and just to wait for her and stuff like that. She basically freaking out. But my thing is this: even if it don't work out between Matt and stuff like that, I think Chelsea's gonna be alright. She pretty, she got a good head on her shoulders, and she shouldn't be freaking out or feeling anything because at the end of the day, she a catch, and anybody will want to be with her. But Matt told her like he'll wait for her, and they wind up kissing and stuff like that. And then after all that, Michelle got the group date rose. I'm thinking, yeah. Um, Damn, I don't know who got the group date rose. I forget who got the group date rose, but I'm thinking it was Michelle. The one-on-one date with Katie. Now, when Katie arrived there, whatever, they kiss and stuff like that. Matt was telling Katie about the date and stuff like that, and I don't know why he just couldn't say that we gonna be punking my boy Tyler or whatever like that. I don't know why he had to just drag it out and stuff like it was some type of mystery. Or like Shay know who the dude was. She know who he is. Most of the people that watch the show know who this dude is. So Tyler or whatever, they basically play a prank on him. They had a girl rubbing on his nipples and whatever like that, and using this thing on his neck and back, this roller. I don't know what that was, but it was a roller. And they do a little call where the girl being unprofessional and freaking out, saying, "Guess what I'm doing? I'm massaging, Tyler, whatever." And then basically after that, Matt Matt put like the whole thing of oil on his hands. That was crazy. Yeah, that was crazy. Matt just put the whole thing of oil on his hands. That was just crazy. And then he like rubbed it on Tyler back. that was crazy. After that, uh, after that, they went on a nighttime date and they talked. And the one thing that I could tell about Katie is that she grown. Like when I say grown, I'm talking about the way she was talking to Matt. It seemed like she knew what she want, and that she it seemed like she knew what she want, and it ain't look like she was going to it ain't look like she was gonna play no games. It seemed like she was gonna be super supportive of whoever she wanted to be with.
I did a lot of reflecting and realized I was not being who I was truly meant to be.
Right.
And since then, I've been particular about, who I want to date, and I've been quick to, recognize a red flag. I think before I would just kind of ignore it, or you hope maybe I'll change them or I'll help them, and that's not it. I am who I am, and I want to meet someone who is also ready.
Like the partner there and stuff like that. And I don't know why it didn't work out, but maybe it really wasn't like no chemistry or whatever you want to call it. I don't know, chemistry, physical, whatever it was. It just ain't seeming like he was waiting to attack her, because basically every time he with somebody, he just do this little thing with his mouth. I don't know what he do, but he do this little thing with his mouth, and he basically like look like he just want to kiss him all the time. And I didn't really see that look in his eyes when he was talking to Katie. But I know Katie, she got a good head on her shoulders, and maybe it kind of scared Matt a little bit, I'm guessing. I'm not sure, but she was basically just going over what she wanted. But that ain't seem like a good fit for Matt. He basically told her that can't give you this rose. He ain't really feeling it. Katie wound up going home. Now, at the end of that little whole debacle, Katie going home, you got Heather, because now it's like another cocktail party, I'm thinking it is, or something like that. And yeah, it's like another cocktail party or whatever. And Heather rolled up, and she dressed in all white. Now, I don't know if it's a purity type thing because she ain't never been kissed before, but I doubt if she went this whole time without having a kiss, So anyway, she basically came in like a wrecking ball, and she I'm talking about like Miley Cyrus, knocking down all the girls' confidence. She walking in that jump, like looking at them, smile, just walk by or whatever like that, and basically just barged through the what's her name, and barged through the doors and just rolled up on Matt and Piper.
Who's it? That?
Do you think I could talk to you for a sec?
And Matt just bust out laughing, And you got Piper there looking crazy. She just looking at Matt like, damn, you just ain't gonna say nothing, what's going on? Or whatever like that. But obviously, I think Piper knew who the girl was or something like that. But, yeah, so, Matt just laughing in Piper's face, and basically Matt was like, hey, I need to holler at Heather for a second. And then Piper rolled out, and she talking to the girls, and the girls know who she is. Serena C, she don't look like she for it. You got Rachel, she definitely don't look like she for it. Chelsea, she ain't having it at all. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, man, look, I don't know who this girl is, but I'd be mad if he keep her around. So I don't know how that's gonna work out in the long run, but it don't look like it's gonna be good. Yeah, so basically that was the end of the episode, y'all. Hopefully I did it fast. I tried to do the recap fast. I don't know if I did or if I didn't, but just wanted to say, remember guys, like, comment, let me know what y'all think of the recap, and I see y'all next episode.